we have a special edition episode for you today.
Actually, outstanding special. My name is David. We're going to be covering some of the Celebration Europe news. We actually have a pretty good show for you this week.
Welcome to Star Wars 20.
Right. So, welcome to the special Celebration Europe Star Wars 20 edition. But before we get into Celebration news, we actually have a birthday.
Yes, first and foremost, let's wish Harrison Ford a happy birthday.
Yes, of course. He played the president in Air Force One. He was also in Regarding Henry. He was in Fugitive, and he actually had a small role in pretty much all the Star Wars movies as Han Solo.
Yes, the Captain of the Millennium Falcon turned 74 on July 13th.
Yes, and he's a Cancer.
So Celebration Europe has come and gone. We have so much information. We're not sure we can fit it all in this episode, but we will try our best.
Yeah, the big news is the secret Rogue One trailer that only the panel attendees got to see it.
Yeah, it's actually even secret that we didn't even know they got to see it. We had to heard from people say, we saw it. We didn't even know there was a secret one.
Yeah.
A few of our Bothan spies were able to procure some footage for us.
That's what that word is. That's why I didn't say that part, because I didn't know what whatever that was. So the big reveal at the end of the trailer is there's a shadow, a silhouette, and heavy breathing of Lord Darth Vader. So
I should just do it professionally.
Yes. So
why am I even here?
Yes. Trust me, I ask that every single week. So we actually broke down the trailer here. Hopefully Lucasfilm hasn't taken it down yet.
Yes, it's awesome. It's so much information, and it's just...
Yeah, you guys did a pretty good job on it. I'm very proud of you guys.
Wish you were there, but you had to work, because we all work, because we're all fans, but we all have real jobs.
I had to work.
Yeah.
So.
But if you were not lucky enough to be in the Rogue One panel like 99.9% of the people on the planet... you got the Celebration reel instead of Rogue One.
Yes. It's a trailer behind-the-scenes mashup, and we actually talked about it. We did a review of it. It was actually pretty cool. There's some stuff that we were able to...
let's talk about some of our favorite parts real quick.
Yes.
My favorite part was the slow-motion scene where Jen and Captain Cassie were running on the things...
The beach.
And the explosions are happening. That was super cool. I don't know if it was going to be slow-motion in the movie... But that scene with slow motion was awesome.
Yeah, and of course it's pretty much easy to know what my favorite part of it was. Rhymes with lateral night. And so it's the natural lighting that they're using. I'm just a big fan of that. And so, but there was also running. There was a young Jen Erso.
Real quick, you have to slow it down. You see a young Jen Erso running. Well, we assume Jen.
Yeah.
Herself, but yeah.
Yeah, it looked like it was probably on her home planet because there's a lot of like dark.
It's different than the
black sand or black soil.
The Scarif planet, it's different looking.
Yeah.
And the undercover fight scene where it shows two clips of you have to put them together. You can tell it's Captain Cassie in an Imperial outfit, not pushing a stormtrooper into. It looks like a vault. I'm sure it's not a vault.
Like a bank vault.
Yeah.
And then there's also the X-Wing gimbal that we talked about a few episodes back. It was really cool.
And then one of my favorite scenes, when you watch that 1 minute and 41 seconds, you stop it right there, you see an old school Mandalorian helmet from the old video games. It's old, smooth, and like that, and it's got the round circles. It's so awesome.
Yeah. And then Jen's May the Force be with us. She says May the Force be with us.
Yeah.
Yes.
With a little smirk at the end. I'm not going to attempt to do it, but it's an awesome little smirk.
Yeah. And we broke down the
entire reel. We break down. It's awesome. It's very in-depth and detail. We have it right here if you want to watch it.
And so one thing that happened during the Rogue One panel was a surprise entrance by Ben Mendelsohn as director Orson Krennic.
Yeah, we have a photo of it, and he just shows they're announcing the cast for Rogue One, and he's the last one announcing. He just walks through the fans, just like...
Yeah, he's like full attitude, that's
walks
him.
Up on stage, stands in the middle, this full-on white uniform, and a couple of Death Troopers standing.
Yeah, considering he was in all white, and he was rocking a cape. It kind of reminded me a little bit of Archangel from Airwolf, but that's for people who remember the 80s.
What is that?
Airwolf, there's Archangel.
There's not a show called Airwolf.
Airwolf with Dominic
Santini. Stuff too. Yeah,
Dominic
start
Santini,
making up shows.
Stringfellow Hawk. He played the bass or the bassoon on the lakeside. Yeah, look it up. Google it.
So I'm with Dave on this one. Airwolf was awesome.
Yeah, Airwolf was awesome.
Yeah,
it was better than Blue Thunder.
What is... All right, focus on the show.
So anyways, during the Rogue One panel, we also got a quick glimpse of the new, soon-to-be-released Jyn Erso Black Series action figure.
I collect the Black Series action figures, and it's awesome. We have a couple of photos. One of actually just in the box, and then they actually present it to Jyn Erso.
The actress. Oh man, it's late. We both work today.
Presented to Jyn Erso, and she's holding it right there, and it looks awesome. But,
yeah. And also during the Mark Hamill, Felicity Jones. Yes, that's right. And so that's why he gets paid the big bucks, and we get
our
paid.
Producer.
Yeah, we get paid in Scooby snacks. So during the Mark Hamill
snacks? I get your crumbs, man.
I'm supposed to share, but I ain't sharing. So during the Mark Hamill panel, Mark also let slip Rey's last name. So
almost let slip. Someone asked a question, and he's kind of thinking, and then someone quickly asked, "What's Rey's last name?" And he goes, "I guys almost got him," because the fans all react. We actually have the real short clip. We'll try and show it to you guys right now.
Yeah.
I'm Robert from Orange County, California.
I'm Mark Hamill. I was born in Oakland. But proceed, counselor.
Yeah. I love Toy Story 3, and I'm a big fan of Michael Arndt. Were there any story ideas from him that you liked that didn't make it into the final film, Episode 7?
And what property are you talking about specifically?
Toy Story 3, Michael Arndt.
Oh, Toy Story 3. Well, see, now I didn't get to read Michael's script. I'd love to. But I did go up to Northern California, and the artists were saying, "Oh, I've been drawing you for a year." And you saw all this conceptual art where Luke's, in scuba gear with, Daisy's character. What's her name?
Rey.
Listen, you guys, I haven't seen it in a long time.
What's her last name?
Oh, it's a trick question. I don't know.
Thank you.
It's a trap.
Force me with you.
Very clever. Because that'll happen to me. I'll get bewildered and blurt out inadvertent spoilers. Oops, did I say that? Yeah. What's your last name? Why, you. All right.
But it's really awesome. He's totally almost let it slip, and the fans got him. He goes, "You guys are sneaky. You guys almost got me on that."
Yeah. I'm still thinking that Rey's her own entity. She's not related to anybody.
There was no father.
It was like, yeah. So
Mark's panel was awesome, by the way. The whole panel was fan Q&A. That's really awesome because it's just over an hour. Him just talking to the fans. No moderator wasting our time with questions we don't really care about, but just fans asking real questions.
Yeah, no public relations individual like, hey, you can't say this, you shouldn't say that. He's just...
They just trust him and not give away too much information. He's definitely one of the coolest guys.
Yeah, one of our fans from Switzerland, Marco from Jaku Outpost, he actually got a picture with Mark Hamill, Celebration Europe, and hopefully we'll be able to share that as well.
One of the things he talked about is how much he had to work out. They told him to work out for weeks right before shooting. He's like, I'm getting workout, I'm getting in shape. And then he gets on set, and he has to turn around and remove his hood. Yeah. He's like, wow, I got in shape for this.
Yeah, he got paid millions for like a 12-second spot, but good for him. Also, while he got excited when he was reading the part in the script where the lightsaber was in the snow shaking.
Yeah, this is the first time he read the script. He's reading, he's getting all excited, he's reading, he's like, wow, this is really awesome. The lightsaber's stuck in the snow, it's shaking, it flies past Kylo, and he goes, as he's reading, he goes, this is it. This is my scene. Yeah. I'm going to catch the lightsaber, and I'm going to save the day. But it flies right to, he says, what's her face? Instead of me. What's her name? So,
of course, he was joking around. He knew exactly what it was, but it was just pretty cool.
Yeah. And during the Ahsoka Untold Stories panel, Dave Filoni said, Ahsoka lives, in more or less words.
Yeah, Filoni talked about one of the Untold Story arcs from Clone Wars where she meets a scoundrel named Nix. It turns out Nix becomes the romantic interest for Ahsoka.
Yeah, it was a really cool panel. You guys should check it out. Tell us lots of details about Ahsoka. We just don't have time in our show to talk about everything, but it's really cool. Everything we talk about is in the description below. All the links are, so please click links and it'll give you more detail.
Yeah. And so speaking of animation of the Ahsoka, we got the Rebels Season 3 trailer. And again, way too much info to talk about on this show, but we did a full trailer breakdown. Click here. And quickly, some of the highlights were...
the Grand Admiral Thrawn, which people went nuts for, that know him. He's only in the Expanded Universe books, but he's the main villain. He's the one that takes over after Emperor Palpatine, so he's the main bad guy, pretty much.
Yeah, we asked Mr. John here to do a breakdown, so we're going to be coming out with an episode.
In the future, we're going to come out with a special episode, just a breakdown of Throne.
Yeah, just for dummies like me.
Subscribe, and you'll get to see it soon.
Yeah, the story arc with Ezra, Maul, and the dark side. I think there's going to be some sort of like correlation with Ezra.
Yeah, there's
something like
throughout the whole thing, you see Ezra holding the holocron, just like.
It's gonna be. I think there's gonna be some similarities right there with, and then Anakin's storyline. That Anakin's intent was to save his loved ones through the use of the dark side.
And they hint at throughout the trailer like a sub story plot. Sabine's heritage, because you see a lot of Mandalorians, and they talk to Sabine about it really shortly in it. So it's going to be a subplot. It'll be interesting to see how they handle that.
And then Kanan's sight, and because if you remember at the end of season 2, he lost his eyesight.
Yeah, he's wearing the helmet, and in the trailer you see right at the end this green smoke from Lord of the Rings. Just all the green smoke all over the place, and it's coming out of his eyes. And it's just like all of a sudden he's not wearing his helmet, and it looks like he can see.
Yeah. So but the green smoke is like no jokes there. I'm just gonna. And then there's one. They went to an Empire Academy, and there's a quick audio of some of the pilots wanted to leave the Imperial Academy.
Traitors!
And the appearance of Wedge and Teles.
That's really cool.
They didn't say the last name, but he does say Wedge, and
there's only one Wedge.
Yeah. And then EA had their panel showed us that their Star Wars Battlefront, the Death Star teaser trailer. The first space battles from Battlefront. That's kind of the big thing right now. Battlefront's been really fun, lots of stuff to do, and there's dogfights, but it's all above the planet, like in the atmosphere. So this is actually the first time in space. So it's gonna be really awesome to see that. I cannot wait for the trench run on the Death Star, because that's like the most iconic thing on the Death Star. I just never got why they fly across the galaxy, they get to this Death Star, they finally get there, and then like, you know what, instead of going directly to the spot, they still go down the trench. That's just one of my little problems that I had with it. It's like really going all the way down there.
Because it's cool.
No.
Maybe they didn't know where the exhaust port was. They have to find the trench, and it's somewhere along the trench.
Okay.
Boom, debunked. There you go. New playable characters are Bossk and
Chewbacca. Yeah, and so Electronic Arts also talked about content from Rogue One that's going to be released. They're going to be
got some of the new ships, maybe the TIE Striker and the U-Ring and the Tropical Planet Scarif.
Yeah, and we also got a fantastic look from the Rogue One costumes and props area that was at Celebration Europe.
Yeah, that prop area that they had last year, just like costumes. I don't know if it's actually from the movie, but costumes that are replicas from the. It's just, they're beautiful stuff. But they had the costumes of Director Krennic, the Death Troopers, Chirrut, Captain Cassian. The Tank Troopers is just still my new favorite one. I actually love those Tank Trooper ones.
The Tank Troopers, and then props of the Death Star and Krennic's shuttle,
which look different from the Imperial shuttles. It looked like from the picture, looked dark and black, and maybe even the fin was going forward instead of black like most Imperial shuttles.
Yeah, and so it's like, but the Krennic is like, whenever you're one of the major characters has a cape, they have a very specific their own type of vehicle.
Yeah, actually, something I'm hearing from the Rogue One is that Vader is in it, but Krennic's the main villain. So we'll have to see if that's true, but that's actually something. Vader may be more of a cameo, and we have to be more.
I think they're just saying that, but I think there's going to be a big role, and he's going to be.
I actually don't think I want Vader to have too large of a role. I think it's kind of. I want him to be more of a.
How dare you say that you don't want Vader?
Like he's an assassin, kind of like.
Take off your tattoo. And so,
the closing ceremonies panel, director Rian Johnson and Kathleen Kennedy talked a bit about Episode 8 and mentioned almost nothing about it. Just kind of teased us.
That's their gig. They can't give out the whole plot. And so it said they, but they did indicate that Episode 8 does take off immediately after, or begins right after Episode 7.
Yeah. Rian Johnson, pretty much the main thing he said was this: what a challenge it was directing Luke Skywalker. No one's actually directed Luke Skywalker's role for a very long time. So.
Yeah, and
fans love Luke Skywalker. You mess that up, fans are going to be mad at you, Rian Johnson.
Yeah. You. So, but there's no mention of an official title yet. Then Miller and Lord joined the stage and talked about the young Han Solo film. And so Pablo Hidalgo asked them, what does Han Solo mean to you or to them?
I sort of relate to him. He doesn't want to do anything he's told. When you tell him not to do something, he makes him want to do more, Lord says. The dichotomy, and this grouchy, seemingly cynical guy who has the biggest heart of the galaxy, to me, that's a great character to make a movie about.
Sorry about that. My ADD just kicked in. We got a fly on set. So, but anyway, Miller added, he's a maverick, talking about Solo. He's a maverick. He's a scoundrel. He's clever, but he's not smart. He wants to present himself as a cool, tough guy, but in the end, he always does the right thing, and that's why you love him so much. He's Solo kind of sounds a little ghetto, but a ghetto with a heart of gold. And so he's got ghetto gold heart.
Then they finally announced that who's going to be the next Han Solo.
Alden Ehrenreich.
The best kept secret in Hollywood. Lord Joe ever knew about this because it's been everywhere. Everyone talked about it. I'm very excited for Alden.
And Alden showed off a photo from his mother of the old Han Solo action figure that she found back in storage. And she said, that he also had Boss.
Yeah, the picture somewhere, maybe a monitor.
Up here. It's like, we'll get it.
Yeah,
It'll be
just little toys of Han Solo and Boss. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. And so, just to see that there's a part of and then John Boyega showed up.
Yeah, right when the panel seemed like it was going to be in, I don't know where John Boyega shows up. He says, "You're going to be Han Solo, man."
Yep.
He says, raising Eldritch fist. It says, clapping on the back.
Yeah.
You're going to be Han Solo.
He said that there may not be like an exact physical resemblance, but sometimes it's the attitude, it's the presence and the charisma. And
I think he looks kind of like it. I mean, he doesn't look as obviously he's not his twin, but I mean, I think he's close enough.
Yeah, there's gonna be knuckleheads out there to say he's like, oh, he doesn't look just like him, but the charm and the presence is gonna be there, and I think he's gonna do a good job.
Then Carrie Fisher and Mark Hamill joined the panel, so everyone's just showing up, and he showed up with their dogs, Gary and Millie. People ask, "Are you really like brother and sister?" I said, "Yes, we fight all the time," Hamill said, "but I defend her with my life."
Yeah, and then Carrie Fisher added that she does drive him crazy. So, but it's fantastic.
Yeah.
And so the chemistry's there.
Yeah. So that was the main points of Celebration Europe. It was an awesome show. I mean, I wish I was there, but yeah.
Yeah, we'll be adding a little bit more with our friends, our subscribers. We're asking you to subscribe. But Marco and Ramona from Jakku Outpost, they were out there. They're going to be sending us some photos, and we'll get those up to you as soon as possible.
Watch the videos of our breakdowns. What do we have? 3 of them?
Yeah.
That gives a lot of detail. So yeah.
Yeah. So, and if you can, be like Marco and Ramona and subscribe. Subscribe.
Thank you for watching, and
may the force
be with you.
Thank you.
Subscribe.